Hi everyone, welcome to Numeric Learning, and today we'll be solving questions from the fourth unit, which is Quadratic Equations. So let's get started. Please take your notebook and let's do some questions along with me. The first question is solve the quadratic equation. So you are given a quadratic equation, that means the highest power of the variable. The variable here is x and the highest power of the variable is 2, which makes it a quadratic, and you have an equality sign wherein you have an LHS and RHS. So in order to balance out the terms in the left hand side and right hand side, you have an equality sign, so it becomes an equation. So let's solve it. This is quite an important question. Here you have to take two values. One is the sum and one is the product value. Sum is always the coefficient of x, which is minus 2a in our case. So the sum is minus 2a and product is nothing but the c term. So you always compare it with the standard quadratic equation, which is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So on comparing, the product value would be the product of a multiplied by c. So here a is 1 multiplied by c, which is a square minus b square. Okay. What is a square minus b square formula? It is nothing but a plus b multiplied by a minus b. Okay, so now you have to find two values whose sum is nothing but minus 2a and whose product is this. Right, we have just factorized a square minus b square using the identity, but the sum has to be minus 2a. So when do you think the sum will be negative and the product will be positive? When two terms are negative, right? When you are adding two negative terms, the sum will be negative, and when you are multiplying two negative terms, the product will be positive. So let us add a negative sign to both the terms, that is a plus b and a minus b, and let's add these two. So when you add them, right, minus of a plus b plus into minus, which is minus, right, minus of a minus b. When you add these two, what you have, open the bracket, minus a minus b, again minus a, minus into minus is plus b. So minus and plus b gets cancelled. What you get is minus 2a, which is what you need. So what are the two terms? Minus of a plus b and minus of a minus b. When you do a product, it becomes a square minus b square, right? Minus and minus gets minus into minus is plus. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. When you add them up, like the way we have done here, you get minus 2a. So these are the two terms for middle term splitting. One is minus of a plus b and the other one is minus of a minus b. So let's substitute these two terms in place of the middle term. Okay, so you have got x square. In place of minus 2ax, I would write minus of a plus b into x. The other term is minus of a minus b into x plus, in place of, so this is what I have replaced this middle term with these two terms. Okay, plus what is it? A square minus b square. So I'll square bracket, I'll write a plus b into a minus b, bracket close, equal to 0. Okay, now from the first two terms, I can take x common out, square bracket, x minus a plus b remains. And from the third and the fourth term, I can take a minus b, minus of a minus b common out. So inside the first term would be x minus, because minus into minus is what will give you plus. And here what remains is nothing but a plus b, equal to 0. So now there are two terms which are separated by a negative sign, and you can see x minus of a plus b is common. So let's take that common. X minus of a plus b is common. What is left is nothing but x minus a minus b is left, is equal to 0. So either x minus of a plus b is equal to 0 or x minus a minus b is equal to 0, which makes it x is equal to a plus b, or here you have x is equal to a minus b. So these are the two roots. These are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So you have got, whenever you have to solve a quadratic equation, you can write, therefore, x is equal to a plus b and a minus b are the required roots of the given quadratic equation. Right? I hope you understood. You have a lot of questions based on this. Let's move on to the second question. Yeah. If x is equal to 2 and m is equal to 3, the equation is 3x square minus 2kx plus 2m equal to 0. Find k. This is just a substitution method, right? Just let's write the equation 3x square minus 2kx plus 2m equal to 0. Just substitute x is nothing but 2 and m equal to 3. So 3 multiplied, in place of x I'll put 2 square minus 2k into, in place of x I'll put 2 plus 2 into, in place of m I'll put 3 equal to 0. Just solve it. So 2 square is 4, 4 3s are 12 minus 2 2s are 4, 4k plus 3 2s are 6 equal to 0. What is 12 plus 6? 18. So 18 minus 4k equal to 0. When you take 4k to the right hand side, it becomes positive. So 4k equal to 18, or k is nothing but 18 by 4. So 2 9s are 18 and 2 2s are 4. So the answer for k is 9 by 2. Okay, you have to find k. It's just a substitution method. Just whatever value is given to you, you're just replacing x with 2 and m with 3, and you're finding the value of k. Quite an easy question. There's no quadratic to be solved here, right? Okay. Let's move on to the third question. Yeah. Calculate the roots of the quadratic equation where alpha is a constant. Again, a very good question. Let's do it. Here also, let's write the given equation as it is: x square plus 5x minus alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 6 equal to 0. Right? So it's already in a factorized form. So let us write our sum and the product. So the sum is nothing but plus 5, that is the coefficient of x, and the product is nothing but a into c. A is 1 and this is the value of c. So let me write it here: minus alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 6. Okay, now you need to find out two different values whose sum will be 5. Let's try it out. Initially, let me with a negative of alpha plus 1. Okay, because the product is negative. If you look at the product negative, that means only one of the term is negative. So first I'll put a negative to alpha plus 1 and I'll add it along with alpha plus 6. Okay, and in another scenario, I will put a negative to alpha plus 6 and I'll add it along with alpha plus 1. Clear? So it is only in such scenarios that your product will be negative. One term is positive and the other term is negative. Right? One positive, one negative. Okay, let's try. So when you add them, you have to get a 5. So let's do it. So it's minus alpha minus 1 plus alpha plus 6. Alpha gets cancelled. 6 minus 1 is 5. Right? So you've already got the answer. So you don't have to do it. Okay, minus alpha, suppose you're trying this first. Okay, we are putting a negative sign to alpha plus 6. What would you get? Minus alpha minus 6 plus alpha plus 1. So alpha gets cancelled. You'll get a minus 6 plus 1, which is minus 5. So this is not the correct answer. So the two terms are minus of alpha plus 1 and alpha plus 6 are the two terms for middle term splitting. So let's do that. So you have x square. In place of plus 5x, I'm going to write the terms that we just got: minus of alpha plus 1 into x plus alpha plus 6 into x minus, what is it, alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 6 equal to 0. Okay, so from the first two terms, I can take x common out. So you have x minus alpha plus 1 remains plus, again alpha plus 6 common out, x minus alpha plus 1 remains equal to 0. So what are the two terms? X minus of alpha plus 1 is one term. The other term is x plus alpha plus 6 is the other term, equal to 0. Okay. So either x minus of alpha plus 1 equal to 0, which makes x is equal to alpha plus 1, or x plus alpha plus 6 equal to 0, which makes x is nothing but minus of alpha plus 6. Okay, so these are the two roots of the given equation. Two roots. What are the two roots? You can even write it separately. X is equal to alpha plus 1 is one root. The other root is minus of alpha plus 6, or minus alpha minus 6. Okay, so this is how you're calculating the roots of the given quadratic equation. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Find the solutions of, you are given a quadratic equation. What do you mean by finding the solution? That means find out the value of x which satisfies this equation. Okay. So what is the given equation? 2x square minus x minus 6 equal to 0. So when you're comparing it with the standard quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, what is your a? A is nothing but 2, b is nothing but minus 1, and c is nothing but minus 6. Always remember, students make mistake in considering the signs also along with, when you're taking the coefficients a, b, c, do not ignore the negative sign. So here if you see c has a negative sign, b has a negative sign. So make sure you always consider the value of a, b, c along with the sign. Okay. Now, let us factorize. You have to find the solution, which means you have to find the root. So let us use middle term splitting. So what is the sum and what is the product? Sum is b. What is b here? Minus 1. What is the product? A into c. What is a into c? Minus 12. Right? What are the two numbers? So it's very easy. 4 3s are 12. If I put a negative sign to minus 4, then when I add it up, minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. So it's very easy. Now just let's replace minus x with minus 4x plus 3x. Let's do it. So 2x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 6 equal to 0. Take 2x common out, you have x minus 2 inside, plus 3 common out, again x minus 2 equal to 0. So x minus 2 is common, what is left is 2x plus 3 is left, equal to 0. So either x minus 2 equal to 0 or 2x plus 3 equal to 0. So here you get x is equal to 2, and here you will get x is nothing but minus 3 by 2. So 2x equal to minus 3 and x equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay, so these are the two roots of the given equation. Okay, x is nothing but 2 comma minus 3 by 2. Okay, so you have found the solution. Solution means finding the value of x is what it means. Okay. I hope you understood. So this method with which we are calculating the solution or the roots, it is called as factorization method, or you can call it middle term splitting method. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. One of the solution of the following equation is minus 7. Okay, you are already given one of the solution or one of the root of the given quadratic equation where k is a constant. So you are given that now look at the variable. It is not in terms of x, it's in terms of z. So one of the value for z is given to you. One of the solution or one of the root of the given equation is nothing but minus 7. So you can write, since z equal to minus 7 is one of the solution. What do you mean by solution? That means root. right? So what are you asked? So z equal to minus 7 is one of the solution of the given equation where k is a constant. Find the value of k. So very easy, just substitute z equal to minus 7 in this equation and get the value of k. So let's do that. First one, you have to find the value of k. Let's write the given equation z square minus kz minus 28 equal to 0. Just substitute z with minus 7. So minus 7 whole square minus k multiplied by minus 7 minus 28 equal to 0. What is minus 7 the whole square? 49 plus 49. Minus into minus is plus 7k minus 28 equal to 0. What is 49 minus 28? It is 21. So 21 plus 7k equal to 0, which means 7k equal to minus 21, which means k is nothing but minus 21 by 7, that is minus 3. So what is the value of k? Therefore, you can write therefore k value is minus 3. Okay, the first question is done. The second question, find the other solution, show your steps. So one of the solution is given to you. That means one root is given to you. You have to find the other root. So let's do it. So we know the value of k, right? So let's substitute k equal to minus 3 in the given equation. So when you substitute k equal to minus 3 in the given equation, what is your given equation? Z square minus kz minus 28 equal to 0, right? Let us substitute. So z square minus, in place of k it's minus 3, z minus 28 equal to 0. So z square plus 3z minus 28 equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. So now again, sum and product. What is the sum? It is plus 3. Product minus 28. Again, so it's very easy. 7 4s are 28. If you put a negative sign to minus 4, the smaller number, you get the sum is positive. 7 minus 4 is plus 3. 7 multiplied by minus 4 is minus 28. So those are the values for your middle term. So z square plus 7z minus 4z minus 28 equal to 0. Take z common out. So you have z plus 7 minus 4 common out. Again z plus 7 equal to 0. So one term is z plus 7. The other term is z minus 4 equal to 0. So when you equate the two things, z plus 7 equal to 0, or the other possibility is z minus 4 equal to 0. So z is nothing but minus 7 and z equal to plus 4. So you have got two roots now. But in the question, you are already given, one of the solution of the equation is already given as minus 7. You have to find the other solution. So this value is already given to us, given in the question. Therefore, this z equal to 4, the other solution is nothing but the other solution is z is equal to 4. This is your final answer. Okay, so be very, very cautious about what the question is giving you and what you have to find. I hope it is clear. So please make sure you do not just watch the video. So because when you watch the video, it might seem as though you are able to understand and it's very easy. Please try to write the question, listen it once and try to do it on your own. And then see if you're getting the same answer. Okay, so happy learning. Hope you're liking it. We will continue quadratic equation for another 1 week or so. We have word problems left. So let me know in the comments if this video was useful and please do share it with your friends. Thank you and happy learning.